Binge Watchers, where we talk about the stories and characters we love and the shows they live in. My name is Ron, and let's talk about, finally, Season 1 of The Wire. I almost didn't make this video because I really liked this season, and I wasn't sure that the internet needed another video about The Wire being a good show. But I was overcome by the need to talk about it. So Season 1 of The Wire first aired in 2002, and I was sure I've watched it. I had it in my head that somewhere along the line I watched this show. So when I started watching this on Amazon Video, I was surprised to learn that, wait, I don't think I've ever watched this show. And I think it's like a remastered HD version or something, because this does not look like a 15-year-old show. It looks sharp and amazing. Either they did some post-production magic or the show has aged beautifully. So Season 1 of The Wire follows a newly formed team made up primarily by homicide and narcotics detectives. Their mission is to try to take down Avon Barksdale, who they think runs Baltimore's drug trade. And the drug trade is much more than people buying and using drugs. It's countless murders, it's violence, it's corruption, unbelievable amounts of money moving quietly all around town. It's a massive, complicated case. The primary method the team uses to try and understand how Barksdale runs his organization is The Wire. They're able to tap some phones, use some informants, use some hidden cameras, like one of the characters actually says in the show, he calls it spy shit. So the story about how this team tries to go after this well-oiled drug trafficking machine is the core of Season 1. But the story expands in a way that's really still to this day phenomenal. We learn a lot about the government and police and how it works in Baltimore. We learn what happens when officers care more about achieving a higher rank and moving forward and making money than actually fighting crime. All these different things pop out as a result of this case. This hunt after Avon Barksdale somehow brings all of these different things to light. And it's never simple. That's one of the things I loved about this show. It's not like McNulty, the homicide detective who's pretty much the main character of the show. It's not like he's the perfect good guy. He accuses a lot of the suits of not really caring about the city, but he also often does whatever he needs to do to get what he wants. The show does give you some commentary about law enforcement, but it's not pretentious or self-righteous about it. Something that this show does incredibly well that I wish more shows would do is tell us about the characters through the story, and I'll explain exactly what I mean. First of all, this show has fantastic, fleshed out characters that make sense. Halfway through the show, you know their personalities, you know what to expect from them. Often when a show tries to tell you why certain characters are the way they are, they'll do flashbacks or just a story that might be interesting but feels like it doesn't really have anything to do with the rest of the show, and then it creates a pacing problem. In The Wire, you learn about the characters through what they do and what they say as a part of the story. Only in the end of this season, there's an episode that focuses more on their personal lives. But by that point, you know them already, so the story can be told because it's interesting or because it has something to do with the overall story of the season, not just because you need to know why this character is afraid of dogs or something. I was surprised as I was watching this show with how much fun it was. I mean, this is a difficult, violent story that feels uncomfortably real. But the show is not heavy, it's not slow, it actually moves really fast, and a lot of the time it's fun. McNulty and Bunk on the screen together is just something that I could probably watch forever, and the rest of the characters too. There's also a lot of focus on Avon's people in the project. It's not just these guys are good and these guys are bad. All of those lines are obviously incredibly blurred. Every single important member of Avon's organization is a character, not, you know, bad guy with a gun number 13, but a character that you can fully understand. Also, this show just has one of the greatest scenes I've seen on TV when Bunk and McNulty are in that kitchen and they pretty much just have a complete conversation just with the word fuck. It's fucking amazing. Bottom line, should you watch it? You know, I almost wanted not to like it and be like, me about the show, about how it's like overrated and stuff. And I do think, like with every show, people can be annoying assholes about it. But I loved this season. I thought the writing was fantastic. Every character from Bubs to Omar is memorable and fascinating. The pacing is great. The show wants to tell you a story, and it does it in a smart, straightforward way. No tricks, no cliffhangers, no big twists and reveals. It just tells you the story, and I loved it. So, you know, you probably saw this coming, but watch this show with your face. Binge watchers certified awesome. I can't wait to watch the other seasons. I don't know if I'll do season by season reviews. I probably will, but it might take a while. What about you? Have you ever watched The Wire, or was it one of those shows where you've been meaning to get to, but you never got to? Or maybe if you did watch it, do you think it's overrated? Do you think it's just as good as everybody says? Or do you think it's just kind of like okay? Let me know all your thoughts about this show and the characters and basically everything you can come up with in the comments down below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help out a lot. And if you're finding binge watchers for the first time, welcome. I'd like to invite you to join the binge watchers community. Come talk about TV with us. It's a lot of fun. Subscribe to the channel. But in any case, keep binging. And I'll probably not see you in Baltimore, but I'll see you next time.